What led me to gamble this week is I was overly happy about my friend coming to stay with me, and I was also overly anxious about my financial situation and seeing a counsellor who was asking me to approach things different to how I normally would. I remember after I'd been gambling for about 5 years, and it was during that time, around that time, when I first doubted that I would ever recover from my gambling addiction, because nothing had had me in such a firm grip ever. And I went through a period of time doubting that I would ever stop gambling. And with that came absolute despair to think that I had survived everything that I've survived in my life, only to finish my days addicted to a machine. All the years I gambled, and I heard many stories of grief and loss and loneliness from patrons. Men who had lost their wives and out of loneliness began to frequent pokie venues. Women whose husbands had died, whose children had died. Loss and grief were a common theme that drove people to the pokies, and I had such empathy for them. Yet I didn't identify the same loss and the same grief within myself. I was blocked to myself. My first wish is to succeed at abstaining from gambling between now, week 3, and the end of my 90-day video diary, to have that time of abstinence under my belt. And at the end of it, I hope to put into place a support system. I hope to put into place a relaxation regime, because that's very, very important. Gambling became a negative coping strategy, and I wasn't aware of it. It became a response to being stuck in grief. It became a response to the difficulties of being a single parent. It became a response to loneliness, which is something that I don't admit easily. My friend Marietta's been here 6 days, and it's gone quick. The friendship's been beautiful. Today I had to put my cat down. I'm so glad she was with me to help me through that. At 5 a.m. yesterday morning, he was scratching to get into my room, and I wouldn't let him, and now I don't have the chance anymore. It may have been an aneurysm to the brain or a stroke. Maybe he was hit by a car and had internal injuries, but he was quite fine this morning. And then he began to vomit, and within the space of an hour, he was blind, he couldn't walk. 11 years he's been with us. I'm so very glad my friend was here. couldn't really sleep. I tried to find free slot games on my mobile. I miss my cat.